We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Good morning friends. Today we are discussing about the experimental technique and instrumentation in thermal engineering subject. We are taking the one of the module advancement in measurement. Myself Mr. Jignesh Chapter, assistant professor in Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center. So in that module we are talking about the controllers, series of controller we have to discuss already. In the previous video we are talking about the proportional controller, integral controller, derivative controller, combination of proportional and derivative controller, combination of proportional and integral controller. So today finally we have to discuss about the end of this controller part. We have to discuss about the proportional controller, integral controller and derivative controller. So combination of the 3 of the controller PI and D. So combination PID controller we have to discuss over there. So first of all, what is the definition of the PID? What is the definition of PID? First of all, we can see that its a definition can be it can be derived in the form of the proportional integral derivative controller produce an output which is the combination of the output of proportional, integral and derivative controller. So ultimately we have to set the point of 75% production we have to need it. At that moment what will happen, we have to provide some reference signals. So in that case we have to 75% we need it. So we can just providing the raw material. We are just taking the one of the example of the production rate. We have to achieving the 75% of the production, but at the same time we are supplying the some raw material. In that cases what will happen when we are providing the some raw material, so this raw material can be passing through this process. So this one is my raw material provided over there. So after processing that we are achieving some output. So data of the output which can be supplied to the over there, so it a form of feedback, in the form of feedback. So it can be given the process value over there. After processing this raw material it can be given the some process value. So what we have to set point, my set point is 75% production will be achieved, but at the same time the process value which can be different, we are just achieving the 70% value. So we have to do that. In that case is 75% which can be achieving, but we are process value is 70. So at a summing point we are getting the error. We are getting the error in the form of 5%. So how can we reducing this 5%? So we are using the PID controller which can be reducing the error. So PID controller, which is the combination of proportional, integral and derivative controller. So in that cases we have to reducing this 5% by actuating signal. We are producing some actuating signal by using of PID controller which can be reduce the error, and we are achieving the 75% of this value. So output and set value which is the similar, so we can reducing this error value. In the achieving the 0% which is the best value over there by using of the PID. So now we are going through some derivation of this controller. So this one is my actuating signal. How actuating signal we can generate it? So over there we can see that this one is my P controller. What is the proportional controller definition? Say that your actuating signal proportional to the error signal. So this proportionality we can remove by this coefficient of the proportionality. Now similar way, this one is the integral controller, in which we can already learn about the definition of the integral controller, in which your actuating signal directly proportional to the integral of error signal. So proportional can be removed by this one proportionality constant, integral constant, and same way in the derivation, so this one is my integral controller and this one is my derivative controller. What is the definition of the derivative controller? Your actuating signal which is the directly proportional to the derivation of this error signal. So this one proportionality can be removed by this coefficient, proportionality coefficient of derivation, KD. So this one is, now we are using the PID controller, so combination of this one, these three we can combine over there, so we get in the value PI and D controller. Now this one in the time domain, so what will happen, we have to, in the time domain we have to convert into the frequency domain, so it can be converted by using of the both side of Laplace. We are taking the Laplace and we are getting this Laplace transformation, it can be time domain to the frequency domain, so ut can be converted into us. Now we can taking the common, et can be converted into es. Now this one is the value of kp, this one is the value of ki, and integration, so we can take the 1 upon s, this one value is 1 upon s. Same way we have to getting the value of kd, et will be converted into es and d by dt is the value of s. So ultimately what will happen, this one is my actuating signal, this one is my error signal. So we can previously see that in that diagram when we are generating the error signal over there, so this one is my es, this one is my es. Now in that case is by passing through this process or PID controller, we are generating the actuating signal. So this one is my ut, this one is my ut. So what will happen, this one is my output and this one is my input, because we are providing some input over there and that after processing we are generating the actuating signal. So particularly from that cases we can write down the transfer function. How we can write down the transfer function? Basically transfer function which can be defined in the form of output over input, output over input. So ultimately how we can write down the output over input? We know that output is my actuating signal and input is the error signal. So what we can do, by using of this equation we can write down us by es, so we can getting the transfer function over there. So this one is my transfer function block, so by using of this transfer function we can draw the block diagram. What will happen, what we can draw that, in that case is this one is my transfer function. Now we can see that this one is my transfer function over there, this one is my input and this one is my output. So we can draw that section which can be provided by transfer function. So ultimately we are, after processing we are getting the some output. So the output in the form of this one cs and this one is my input. Reference value we can say that it's my input. So we have to set that some value like 75% process production rate we want to achieve, and then after processing that we can achieving only 70%. So what will happen, your process value can be given to some feedback which is generating the error, which is the 5%. So what will happen, this one is the reference value, this one is the reference value, and this error which is generating the sum, by using of this control unit it's generating the actuating signal which is the increasing the amount of production rate, and we are achieving the finally 75%. So this one is ultimately use of reduction of error. 5% error will be eliminated by this PID controller. So from that lecture we can learn about all the controllers. So I think you will be able to answer in examination what is the controller, what is the P controller, what is the PI controller. So easily you can draw the, first of all you can given the definition, second one you have to given the derivation, third one you can draw the block diagram, and also you can give the some of the examples. So application you have to derive it. So this one is the, that's all from my side. Thank you.